Stop for a moment. Put everything else away. This story is not just about English learning. It's about your life, your choices, your future. If you listen until the end, you will not only improve your English, you will understand something most people never realize until it's too late. My name is Daniel. I am from Spain. I am 20 years old. I want to tell you my story. My dream is simple. I want to learn English. I want to speak with people from many countries. I want to travel and study. I want to work in a big company. To do this, I must learn English. First, I look at my life in Madrid. I go to school every day. I do normal things. I eat bread and cheese in the morning. I drink coffee with milk. I play football with friends. Life is easy but also small. I think about the big world. I see movies from America and England. I like the sound of English. It is fast, but it is music for me. Daniel, why do you want English? Asks my friend Carlos. Because I want to go to London. I want to see Big Ben. I want to watch football there. I say, it is difficult. He says, yes, but I can do it. I must try. I answer. I take a small notebook. I put new words inside. I write, hello, good morning, thank you, water, bread. The words are like small keys. I think they can open doors. I say them again and again. My sister laughs. You look funny, she says. I laugh too, but I do not stop. Next, I go to the library. It is quiet. I find a small English book for children. The cover is blue. The pages are clean. I take it home. I read one page. I do not know many words. I look again and again. I use a dictionary. It is slow. Yet I feel happy. I can see a new world inside the words. Later, I watch English songs on YouTube. I do not understand all, but I hear sounds. I hear voices. I repeat the lines. My mother comes. She says, Daniel, the sound is noisy. Can you be quiet? Sorry, Mama, I say. I put on headphones. The music is still in my head. I think again. I like English. I want to practice speaking. But in Madrid, many people speak only Spanish. I must find another way. I take my phone. I look for an app. I find one. It is free. It can connect me with people from other countries. The first time, I am worried. My hands are cold. My heart is fast. I say slowly, hello, my name is Daniel. The person says, hello, Daniel. Nice to meet you. I smile. The sound is warm. The days go fast. I spend 1 hour each morning with English. I spend 1 hour each night with English. It is like a new friend. My friends laugh again. They say, why do you talk to yourself? I say, because I want to learn. In fact, the start is not easy. I forget words. I say wrong things. People do not understand. I feel small. Yet I think again, I must continue. I say to myself, I can do it. Finally, after 2 weeks, I go to a cafe in Madrid. I hear 2 tourists. They talk in English. I listen. I understand some words. Coffee, small, money. My heart jumps. I want to talk. I go near. Hello, I say. They look at me. One man says, hello. I smile. I say, I am learning English. They laugh, but they are kind. They say, good job. Keep going. I feel light and happy. I know this is the first step. I think again, this is only the beginning. 6 months is short, but I want to try. The road is long, but I have started to walk. The next month is different. My days change. Before, I woke up late. Now I wake up early. I put tea on the table. I open my small blue book. I say the words again. I think again. I must repeat. Repetition is power. I go to an English club at the university. The room is small but bright. There are 10 people. Some are Spanish. Some are from other countries. The teacher is from London. He has a clear voice. He says, "Do not be afraid. Talk, talk, and talk." His words are simple, but they give me courage. We sit in a circle. We play a game. We must say one sentence in English. My turn comes. My hands shake. I say, "I like coffee." The group claps. I feel happy. The teacher smiles. He says, "Good. Now say more." I add, "I like hot coffee in the morning." The group claps again. I think, I can do more. After class, I walk with 2 new friends. One is from France. His name is Mark. One is from Italy. Her name is Sophia. They say, "Let's speak only English together." I agree. We go to a cafe. We order sandwiches. The smell is warm. The bread is fresh. We talk slowly. We laugh at mistakes. Mark says, "We are like small children, but it is funny." I say, "Yes, but children can learn fast." Later, at home, I open my phone. I watch a video from London. I see buses. They are red and big. I hear the traffic. It is noisy. I think again. I want to go there. I want to stand in the street. I want to talk to people. However, the road is not always easy. Some nights I am tired. I look at my book, but my eyes close. My head is heavy. My mother says, "Daniel, you must rest." I say, "Yes, but I must study." She puts a blanket on me. She says, "Do not forget balance." One day, my teacher gives homework. We must write a small text in English. I sit at the desk. I take a pen. I write slowly. My name is Daniel. I live in Madrid. I have one sister. I like football and music. I stop. I want to write more, but I do not know the words. I feel worried. I think, this is difficult. I almost stop. Then I remember, I must continue. I take my dictionary. I look again and again. Finally, I write 1 page. I give it to the teacher. He says, "Good job. Keep writing." Next week, something special happens. An American singer comes to Madrid. My friends buy tickets. The concert is in a big stadium. The night is hot and noisy. Lights flash. The music is loud. I listen. I hear English words. I understand some. The singer says, "How are you tonight?" The crowd screams. I scream too. I think, this language is alive. It is not only in books. After the concert, I talk to a tourist near the metro. He is tall. He has a small map. He says, "Can you help me?" I understand. I say, "Yes. The station is this way." He thanks me. I smile. I think again. I can do this. The second month is full of small victories. I can order food in English. I can write a short email. I can watch a movie with subtitles. The movie is slow, but I understand the story. My sister says, "Daniel, you are different now." I say, "Yes, because I practice every day." Finally, I make a big decision. I will go to London in month 3. I tell my mother. She is quiet. She says, "It will be expensive." I say, "Yes, but it will be important." She looks again at me. She says, "If you want it, do it." I go to my room. I feel light. I write on my wall, "London, month 3. The day of my trip comes fast. I pack my small black bag. I put shirts, a jacket, my notebook, and the blue English book inside. My heart is strong and fast. I think again. I want this. I must do this. At the airport in Madrid, I see many people. They walk quickly. I hear voices in Spanish, French, German, and English. The sound is like music, but it is noisy. I wait in a long line. The smell of coffee and bread is in the air. I buy a sandwich. It is warm and soft. I eat slowly and look again at my ticket. It says, London. On the plane, I sit near a woman. She is from Ireland. She smiles. She says, hello. I answer, hello, my name is Daniel. She talks more. She says, do you go to London for work? I want to answer. I think slowly. I say, no, I go to London for study English. She smiles again. She says, good for you. I feel happy. I think, I can talk a little. When the plane lands, I look out. I see green fields. I see small houses with red roofs. The sky is grey, but the city is big. I take a bus to the centre. The bus is red and tall. I sit upstairs. I look at people. I see Big Ben in the distance. I think again. I am here. I find my small room in a house. An old woman opens the door. She is Mrs. Brown. She says, welcome, Daniel. The house smells of tea and bread. She shows me my room. It is clean and small. There is a bed, a table, and a lamp. I put my bag down. I say, thank you. She smiles. She says, tea at 5. Do not be late. That evening, I go out. I walk on Oxford Street. The lights are bright. The shops are big. People talk fast. I hear English everywhere. I think again. It is real. I must listen. I must learn. Next day, I go to a language school. The teacher is Mr. Smith. He has a strong voice. He says, welcome, everyone. Speak only English here. There are students from China, Brazil, Italy, and Poland. We sit in a circle. Mr. Smith says, talk about yourself. My turn comes. I say slowly, my name is Daniel. I am from Spain. I like football and music. The others smile. They clap. I feel safe. During break, I talk with a boy from China. His name is Wei. He says, English is difficult. I answer, yes, but we must continue. He laughs. He says, yes, we must. Every day in London is new. I go to the market. I hear sellers shout, apples, cheap bananas, fresh bread. The smell of fish is strong. The touch of coins in my hand is cold. I say, 1 apple, please. The seller gives me 1. I feel proud. However, some days are hard. One day, I go to a cafe. I order coffee. The girl asks, for here or to go? I do not understand. I look again at her. She repeats, for here or to go? I feel red in the face. I do not know. Finally, I say, here. She gives me the coffee. I sit down. My hands shake. I think, this is difficult. I almost want to stop. But then I think again, mistakes are normal. I must continue. Later, I walk by the Thames River. The air is cold. The water is dark. I see the London Eye. I hear children laugh. I take my notebook. I write new words. I say them again. I repeat, river, wheel, laugh. I feel calm. In the evenings, I sit in Mrs. Brown's kitchen. She makes tea. She puts sugar in a small cup. She talks about her day. She says, the weather is cold again. I answer, yes, cold. She laughs. She says, good. You learn. The tea is hot. The sound of the kettle is soft. It feels like family. One Saturday, I go to a football match. Arsenal plays Chelsea. The stadium is full. People sing songs. The sound is loud. I see red shirts, blue flags, and happy faces. I shout too. I do not understand all the words, but I feel part of the crowd. I think again. Language is not only words. It is feeling. After 1 month in London, I can see progress. I can order food without fear. I can talk with my teacher for 5 minutes. I can ask for directions. My notebook is full. I spend hours each day. I spend time in the bus, in the street, in the market. I always look and listen. One night, I call my mother. I say, "Mama, I speak English now." She says, "I know. I can hear it. I am proud." I close my eyes. I feel light and happy. Finally, I think again. The road is long, but I walk fast now. 3 months left. I want to see how far I can go. The 4th month begins with excitement. I wake up early again. The sun is low, and the streets are quiet. I put on my jacket. I take my notebook. I think, today I will speak more. I must try harder. At school, Mr. Smith gives a new task. We must make a small presentation. My heart is fast. I think again. I can do this. I write my sentences slowly. I put words in order. I say, "My name is Daniel. I come from Spain. I like football and music. I want to learn English to speak with people and travel." The teacher smiles. He says, "Good. Now speak in front of the class." My hands shake. My legs feel heavy. When it is my turn, I walk slowly to the front. I see 10 faces. Some smile, some look serious. I start. My name is Daniel. I like football. My voice is low. I hear a cough from the back. I look again. The teacher smiles. I continue. I want to speak English every day. The class claps. My heart is light. I feel proud. I think again. I can speak. After class, I walk with Wei and Mark. The air is cold and fresh. We go to a cafe. The smell of hot chocolate is strong. I drink slowly. I say, "I like London. I can learn fast here." Wei laughs. He says, "Yes, we all learn. But mistakes are okay." I nod. I repeat in my mind, "Mistakes are okay. Mistakes are okay." I must remember. One afternoon, I go to the British Museum. The building is big and quiet. I see old statues and paintings. I read the small signs in English. Some words I do not know. I touch the pages of a book in the museum shop. It is smooth. I hear the quiet voice of a guide. I repeat, "This is my chance to learn culture and English together." Next week, I find a small job at a cafe. I wash dishes and clean tables. The work is hard, but I like it. I hear music, the sound of cups, and people talking. I practice English with tourists. One man asks, "Can I have water?" I answer, "Yes, water. 1 minute." I bring the glass. He smiles. I think, small steps are big. Every day, I see progress. Sometimes, I feel tired. One night, I sit on the balcony. I see the lights of London. The air smells cold and wet. I think, 3 months, now 4. I have learned many words. I can speak more. But I want more. I must push myself. I repeat, I must continue. I must continue. I must continue. One Friday, I visit Camden Market. The smell of food is strong. Curry, fish, fresh bread. I hear music from a small stage. I talk to a young man selling paintings. He asks, "Where are you from?" I say, "Spain." He asks, Why are you learning English? I answer, to travel and speak with people. He smiles. He says, good job. Keep learning. I feel warm inside. In class, we have a role play. I must order in a restaurant. I stand with Sophia. I say, hello, I want a sandwich and a coffee, please. She answers, here is your sandwich. I drink coffee. The taste is hot, bitter, and good. I think, I can do real conversations now. I look again at my notebook. The pages are full. Words jump from paper to mind. One day, I go to Hyde Park. The air is cool. The grass is green. Children play football. Dogs run. I sit on a bench. I write in my notebook. New words, new sentences, new ideas. A woman comes. She asks, can you tell me the time? I check my watch. I say, it is 4:30. She thanks me. I smile. I think again. I can help people. I can understand people. Weekends are special. I visit London museums, watch movies, and eat fish and chips. The smell of fried food is strong, and the taste is salty. I practice English everywhere. I talk to shopkeepers, tourists, and bus drivers. Each conversation is a small victory. I say to myself, each word is a step. Each step is progress. I must continue. By the end of the 4th month, I feel different. I can speak English more easily. I can understand movies without subtitles. I can write letters and emails. I feel proud. I think, 6 months is not far now. I can finish strong. I look at the lights of London at night. I repeat, I must continue. I must continue. I must continue. The 5th month is the most exciting. I wake up early again. I open the window. The sky is grey, and the streets are wet from rain. I hear cars and buses. I smell fresh bread from a bakery nearby. I take my notebook and repeat words I have learned. I think again. This is my last step before 6 months. I must continue. At school, Mr. Smith gives a new challenge. We must have a full conversation with a partner. My partner is Sophia. She smiles. She says, let's talk about our favorite places in London. I nod. I start slowly. I like the British Museum. It is big and quiet. I like the old paintings and statues. She smiles. She says, I like Camden Market. The food is very good. I laugh. I say, yes, the food is strong, but tasty. She laughs too. The teacher walks around. He smiles. He says, good, you both speak very well. I feel proud. I think, I can really talk now. After class, I walk with Wei. The streets are busy. People speak fast. I listen carefully. Wei says, today I understood many words from a movie. I answer, yes, every day we can understand more. I see a shop with books. I go inside. The smell of paper is strong. I touch a book. I feel the pages smooth. I buy a small English novel. The cover is red and bright. I think, I can read more now. One afternoon, I go to a cinema. The movie is in English with no subtitles. At first, I do not understand much. I see people laugh. I see people cry. I see the story in images. I hear words I know. Slowly, I understand more. I repeat lines quietly. I want to go home. It is my time. The taste of popcorn is salty and sweet. I think, English is everywhere. I must see, hear, and feel it. Sometimes, I feel tired. One rainy day, I sit in my room. I look out the window. The rain is cold. The streets shine. I think, 4 months, 5 months. I am not perfect. I make mistakes. I say wrong words. I do not understand all people. My hands shake. I feel small. But then I think again. Mistakes are part of learning. I must continue. I repeat. I must continue. I must continue. I must continue. One day, I have a small adventure. I get lost on the bus. I do not know where to go. I speak to a woman. She asks, "Where do you want to go?" I answer, "I want to go to Oxford Street." She smiles. She says, "Take bus 23. It goes there." I thank her. My heart is light. I sit on the bus. I watch London pass by. I think, I can solve problems in English. I can communicate. I can live here. In the evenings, I sit in Mrs. Brown's kitchen. She makes tea and biscuits. The smell is warm. She says, "Daniel, you speak English very well." I blush. I say, "Thank you, Mrs. Brown." She laughs. She says, "Keep learning. Practice every day." I nod. I drink tea. I think, I must continue. I repeat words from the day. I write new sentences in my notebook. One weekend, I go to a football match again. Arsenal plays Tottenham. The stadium is full. The crowd sings songs. The air is hot from people and lights. I hear words from chants. I repeat, "Goal! Goal!" I see the flags. The red and white color shine. I feel part of the city. I think, English is not only books. It is life, music, feelings, and people. I must continue. As the 5th month ends, I see big changes. I can talk for 10 minutes without stopping. I can write small essays. I can understand movies without subtitles. I feel proud. I think again, 6 months is near. I can finish strong. I take my notebook. I write a list, words, phrases, sentences. I repeat, I have learned many things. I have learned many things. I have learned many things. Finally, I go to Hyde Park. The air is cool and fresh. I see children play, dogs run, and leaves fall. I sit on a bench. I open my notebook. I write one sentence. I am ready for the last month. I can speak English. I feel light and happy. I think again. I must continue. I must continue. I must continue. I repeat slowly. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.